Good morning everybody, Chris from the Headache and Pain Management Centre here, and it's good to be with you once again for another live video. Today we are talking about the neck and its relationship with headache and migraine. So doing a live video, we've got Ryan here behind me. Say hello Ryan, big smile, g'day, that's Ryan. So Ryan's one of my expert physios who treats headache and migraine all day. Hey, if you're joining us, type in below and say hello. Really good to see you all there. And any questions you've got on the way through, feel free to ask away. So when it comes to the neck and headache and migraine, there's a lot of new research coming out now about the relationship between the neck and migraine and headache, and basically the reason why it's becoming more and more pertinent to look at it is because there's some new research coming out talking about how the brain responds in headache and migraine. So a lot of the time people are talking about the blood vessels in the head constricting, dilating, perhaps blood pressure causing these sorts of things, but we've now shown that those things aren't necessarily the case. And what we're finding now is that there's actually a bundle of nerves at the bottom of your brain, top of your neck, that take in all of the information from the top lip all the way up and over to the back of the neck. So what that means is that anything from your head, your neck, your face, your jaw, sometimes your ears, bit of your throat, and also your fight or flight response all goes into the same area of the brain. Now, previously when we've been treating migraines in the past, so when people have gone to their doctor, gone to the neurologist, they're talking a lot about different types of medications. So whether they're antidepressants, some of the Sandamigrins, Imigrins, Naramigs, these sorts of classes of drugs. Sometimes even anticonvulsants or antiepileptics have been tried, beta blockers as well. You can see that there's not a really consistent approach with medication. It's more like a suck it and see, let's try it out to see what works for you type of approach. Whereas what we're finding now is that because we know why, or certainly closer to knowing why, about headaches and migraines happening, it's actually a sensitization of the bundle of nerves that come into the bottom of your brain that causes headache and migraine to happen. So if those nerves become sensitized, it means that you're more likely to be getting more headaches and more migraines. Some people talk about the genetic factors when it comes to headache and migraine. What we're finding is that the genetic factors, it does play a role. It does predispose you to getting more headaches and migraines, but it doesn't actually mean that you'll get the headaches or migraines. So you often find that perhaps one generation gets it, next generation's okay, next generation isn't so much. And you often find sometimes that you have no headache or no migraine, and then you have something like a whiplash accident or a neck injury or something even minor around the head or neck, and all of a sudden you have all sorts of weird things happen, like hormonal headaches or migraines and headaches that you didn't have before. The link between all of them is this sensitization that happens at the bottom of the brain, top of the spinal cord, and it's about finding out what's sensitizing that system. So what is it that's causing the most issue sensitizing that system? And what we're finding a lot more of now is it's actually the top of the neck that's causing this to happen. So the top three joints of the neck sensitizing that system. Now it's almost like you've got this slowly dripping tap, right, that's continually just filling this cup of water, this theoretical cup of water. Now you can have like a stiff neck, which your brain doesn't really know too much about or care about, frankly. But if it's there for quite a long time, all of a sudden your brain's like, oh, hang on, there's something going on in that system. And instead of the brain actually making it a stiff neck, it makes a mistake and sends a signal to your head. It actually makes your head hurt as opposed to your neck hurt. So this is why sometimes you see people who have migraines and headaches with no neck pain, but it's actually the neck that's the cause, because it's actually the brain that's getting the signal wrong. It's actually making a mistake. G'day there, nice to see you. Type in below and say hello. So what happens is that you treat the neck and you're looking to the neck to see if that's the thing that's sensitizing that system, and more often than not, it is. It's sensitizing the system. It might be the whole, it might be the complete cause, it might be the neck only that's sensitizing the system, it might be half the thing that's sensitizing the system, or it might not be anything at all. It might just be a red herring, because there might be something more like a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, or something else which is sensitizing the system. Now the missing link with a lot of people with headache and migraine is that they've been to their doctors, they've been to the neurologists, they've been around the place, but they've never actually had their neck skillfully assessed to see if the neck is the cause of it. Because yeah, if you're having all of these treatments, if you're having everything done, but there's being no improvement, then it means that we need to look at the neck to see what the problem is. Now, of course, what needs to happen is you need to make sure that all your red flags and all your nasties are ruled out. So obviously we don't want to be dealing with people that are having, nasty things like, strokes or aneurysms or, brain tumours, things like that. You need to make sure that if you have got a brand new migraine or a brand new headache that isn't going away, that you see a doctor just to make sure that there's nothing that's, life-threatening or anything that's nasty with that. But if you're having a clean bill of health, your MRIs are clear, you're out of answers and you haven't had any relief with anything else, then the neck needs to be skillfully assessed. So that's important as well, that if you are getting your neck checked, you need to make sure that it's somebody who knows what they're doing when it comes to treating the neck, because hey, we know that we can treat things by treating the neck, but if the mistake's made or you're not getting to the bottom of it, then basically it's another false negative. It may actually be something wrong with your neck, but because the assessment hasn't been skilled enough, we haven't been able to find out what the problem is. So I guess the take-home message is this: if you've had a headache, you've had a migraine for a very long time, and you haven't had any relief, you haven't had your neck skillfully assessed, then it's really important that you do get that neck looked at, that you get it assessed by someone who knows what they're doing, preferably someone who treats headache and migraine every day, and preferably someone who takes an hour to do their initial consultations. Because hey, look, we know that when you have headache and migraine, or any sort of chronic pain for that matter, you can't just ask a question, for 10 minutes and then go, hey, look, let's just see how things go. It just doesn't work. We know that it's more complex and more complicated than that. So you need the time to sit down, talk to your physio, your doctor, whoever it is that you're talking to make sure that you're getting the relief that you need. Because hey, look, there's no point. We know for a fact that when it comes to headache and migraine, people have been down the garden path, they've tried everything and nothing's worked. It looks like just another dead end thing that's being tried. But until you get the neck skillfully assessed, you can't rule in or rule out if the neck is a problem. So that's what we do here at the Headache and Pain Management Centre. We look at the headache and the neck every single day. We know what it is that we're looking for. We know which joints to look for. We know the direction of the joints to look for to see if the headache is coming or the migraine is coming from your neck. Hey, you might have seen as well on Facebook today that it is our birthday. So it's actually our 6th birthday here at the clinic, and we're looking for a few people who do want some relief with headache and migraine in the next 30 days. You'll see in the status that was posted earlier today. So if that's you, go to that status and type in relief underneath. We are still looking for 5 people who want relief in the next 30 days. So if you would like some relief in the next 30 days as well, I'm happy for you to actually type in underneath this video here the word relief, and we'll send you a private message about how you might be able to get that and how you might be able to do that. So hey, look, if that's been really useful to someone about how to get your headache and migraine sorted out with your neck, type in someone below and let us know if anyone does need any assistance. And of course, we're always open, so we're always here to answer your questions. And if you've got any suggestions about any other videos that we might want to bring forward, please type in the comments as well. I want to make a community here that is really, really knowledgeable about the headache and migraines, so that we make sure that headaches and migraines are a thing of the past. So you can type in relief if you want to take up my offer there for the clinic's birthday, or you can just type in a question underneath if you want to know a bit more about what's going on. Hope that's been helpful to you, and hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you again later in the week on Friday with another live video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.